I just published my Notair 4C review and I really enjoyed making that one, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. But that evening I spent a little bit of time with my Notair 4C and I was doing some writing. And I took this with me. This is the Cinder folding keyboard that I've got a video about if you're interested. But after about sort of 40 minutes of using the device typing on it, I got that sort of pain in the top tendons of my hand there. And yeah, I was thinking maybe that's because this keyboard isn't as ergonomic as it could be really. So I thought I would buy a couple of alternatives, one from Cherry and another from Logi. And neither of these are going to be as portable as the folding keyboard. It's a cool idea of folding keyboard, but I think this one is a little bit too plasticky. It bends in the wrong place. And so you're constantly, as you're typing, you're constantly kind of aware of stopping this thing bending. So I was actually putting this crease in the right place on my knee so that I wasn't bending it, and that meant I was typing off to one side slightly. And the whole thing just feels a little bit flimsy. That could just do with being slightly tilted up so that when you reach forward, you're not like reaching downwards. And that's what I think gives you that pain in your tendons. And the key press is not very positive. It's a not very nice sound. It's a clackety bit of plastic really, rather than being a really premium feeling keyboard. So these are my two options. I've got this one from Logi. This is called Pebble keys. And immediately I noticed it's a lot heavier than the Cinder, but that's okay I think if you're going to actually commit to a sort of portable e-ink typewriter solution. Let's just check that connects straight away. Yes, it has. Everyone complains about the rounded keys on here, but I actually think it's quite nice. I think there's just enough resistance in the keys that you don't feel like you're crunching plastic. Sure, it's not a mechanical keyboard, but actually at the price it's pretty nice. And I wasn't expecting it not to be rechargeable. I would just presume that a keyboard at this sort of price would come with a recharging circuit. And although it's quite convenient to use batteries at times anyway, the problem is that there will be a time when that runs out and I don't have a spare pair of batteries with me. So that's a little bit frustrating. But then they should last for a long time because keyboards themselves don't draw an awful lot of power. And then there's the mouse, and the Pebble mouse is really quite nice, but honestly Android need to sort out their mouse features before I really am going to recommend using a mouse to do something. I mean, you can't actually click and select something in this app, this Word app here, like you'd be used to on Word on a PC. You can't just click and drag and select, which is really annoying. But yeah, Pebble keys, they're really good. I think probably the keys to go is a little bit better. I really like that idea as a folding flap there. I don't think it's any surprise that Logi have made a good keyboard. It's really easy to pair. You've got three different options there. There's no wired option at all on this though, which is again something that I just expect on keyboards at this price, or even cheaper in fact. I also think that most people might want to just go with the ones that have the little stand on the back where you can put your phone or a small tablet in and actually stand up in front of the keyboard. I think this is quite nice for anyone who wants to just use a tablet for typing. I think this is a really quite nice little solution. But yeah, it's Bluetooth only and the mouse is perfectly fine. Generally, it's a nice little lightweight solution. Quite impressed with that. But then this little set from Cherry, and this one is not a lot more expensive than the Pebble keys. You can get really good deals on these in the States. And I actually bought the US version just because it was that little bit cheaper, even here in the UK. It does have little feet. And I'm a big fan of Cherry, and you'll see on my desk that a lot of my gear is Cherry gear. I really like their keyboards. And immediately I noticed this one is worlds better. It is much nicer even than the Pebble keys, way nicer than the Cinder. A little bit lighter as well actually. And this time you do have a recharge circuit and you can connect it by USB, and you get the RF USB adapter here as well, so you can just plug that straight into your computer and use it without having to actually pair it with Bluetooth, which is really quite nice. The mouse and the keyboard, yep, paired automatically once they've been paired initially. And this is just a really nice keyboard. Felt at home straight away on this. I'm certain that if this was the keyboard deck that you got on a laptop, you'd be really satisfied with it. This mouse, it feels a little bit light at first, but actually it's probably quite a good thing with a portable keyboard. Actually, it's really nice. This mouse also has a DPI button, which was really welcome because it was way too sensitive at first. It's got a scroll wheel, as did the Logi, and it's also got two side buttons for like forward and back in the browser. So this is a really nice mouse. Now sure, both of these are quite a lot heavier than the foldable keyboard, so it is a bit more of a thought to actually take these with you. But I actually think that both of these are, well, they're less expensive than a keyboard case is on a lot of devices, and they exploit the Notair 4C's vertical stand mode quite nicely as well. I like them both. All things being equal, I think the Cherry is slightly more expensive, but you can check their prices from the links in the description. I'd probably go with the Cherry. It's just got the edge of that more pleasant place to type on. And I think that enjoying your typing is quite important, especially when you're engaged in creative pursuits. It's just a matter of sticking in that flow, staying in that flow, enjoying it, and enjoying tackling the text, enjoying sculpting the writing rather than thinking about the tools that you're using. This is a really understated keyboard, but it gets a lot of the things right. And whilst sure, it's not as fun to type on as a mechanical keyboard, it certainly is a lot more portable. And I like that they've included these functional carrying cases as well for both of them. I'm going to try them out for a bit longer, and I will probably update you as to what I feel about them and which one I like to use most of the time. I'm certainly going to be using these for a little while because writing on an e-ink tablet is a really good time, and the way that my workflow works with the ink at the minute is usually working from a dictation app like Otter, either on the ink tablet or just on the go on my phone. And then I'm working that up within Word or in Google Docs or OneNote as well. Now, importantly, neither of them have the delete key also being a home key, which is really frustrating when you just want to delete the other way from backspace. And unfortunately, the Cinder keyboard, the delete is also home, so you're constantly getting out into the Android homepage, which is frustrating. So it is lovely that you can use the handwriting recognition or voice recognition, and then you can edit with a keyboard in this lovely vertical stand mode here as well. And right now, if you want to buy an e-ink tablet for this kind of workflow, you should probably go for a color one, because apps like Word and Docs, having that bit of color is quite useful for distinguishing the buttons in the menus. And the Notair 4C is a really good example of a color e-ink tablet. But then the question is, should you buy this, the Notair 4C, with its vertical stand mode, and importantly, the improved Kaleido-free screen, or should you go ahead and buy the Tab Ultra C Pro, which has that keyboard case built in? I think if you're always using it, it's nice to know the keyboard case is there with you and you've always got the keyboard with you. But personally, I think the fact that this can turn into a notebook style e-ink tablet and then into a portable typing workspace is really quite good. I think on balance, with the improved Kaleido-free screen, I think I'd probably be going for the Notair 4C right now. And actually that money, you can buy an external Bluetooth keyboard and Bluetooth mouse. And yeah, you can still edit your text with that full keyboard. And this one, it's not too big, it's not too heavy. It's very light just to be able to slip in and out of your bag. And I'm gonna type for a little while, and I'm just gonna check that I don't get any feelings in my wrist from just a bit of sustained typing. Okay, that feels okay, but I'll let you know. I'll do a little bit of an update in a live stream or something about how I'm going with this. Let me know what you think. Do you think the foldable keyboard is a good idea? Have I just bought not a very good version of that? Is there another one that I should try? I'm interested to know. And another question is, will I bother to carry this thing around? Because there's not a lot of point to it if this is too heavy a package to carry around. Or will I occasionally think, well, I'm just chucking something in my bag, I'll go with this super lightweight thing.